Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the most acclaimed actors of his generation, a man whose face and name are instantly recognized around the world. For decades, he has delivered performances that blend intensity, vulnerability, and total transformation, captivating audiences and critics alike. Yet despite his immense talent, global fame, and cultural influence, he has faced repeated rejection from the one institution he most longed to impress, the Academy Awards. Behind the glamour, the red carpets, and the box office triumphs lies a story of struggle, resilience, and the pressure of living as both a superstar and a human being navigating a world that is often unforgiving. His journey reveals the tension between recognition, artistic fulfillment, and personal meaning in a life defined by obsession, love, and relentless ambition. Childhood in East Hollywood. Leonardo's story begins in the gritty streets of East Hollywood during the 1970s and 80s, a world far removed from the glamour often associated with the area. His mother, Leonardo DiCaprio, raised him alone in a small, cramped apartment, working multiple jobs to provide for him. The neighborhood was a harsh environment filled with crime, drug activity, and constant reminders of scarcity and danger. From an early age, Leonardo witnessed moments that no child should experience, understanding both the fragility of safety and the cost of survival. Leonardo became both protector and role model, carrying burdens too heavy for one person and instilling in her son resilience, work ethic, and an understanding of the value of perseverance. The lessons of childhood hardship and sacrifice would become the foundation for Leonardo's unrelenting drive to succeed in an industry that mirrored those streets in its ruthlessness. Influence of family. Leonardo's father, George DiCaprio, though separated from the household, introduced young Leonardo to creativity, art, and alternative perspectives, exposing him to counterculture and independent thinking. Their relationship was loving but intermittent, marked by weekend visits and absence during weekdays. While Leonardo provided stability and structure, George offered inspiration and encouragement to explore imagination and self-expression. This duality, a grounded, disciplined presence alongside a free-spirited artistic influence, helped Leonardo cultivate both resilience and creativity. He learned to balance practicality with risk-taking, internalizing lessons from both parents despite their limitations. These familial influences shaped his approach to acting, ambition, and persistence, demonstrating that even incomplete or complicated relationships can leave lasting, formative imprints on a child striving for recognition, validation, and a sense of self-worth. School and early awareness of struggle school presented its own set of challenges. Leonardo was bright and curious, but restless and occasionally disruptive, struggling to fit within the traditional academic environment. Teachers recognized his potential, but were often frustrated by his inability to conform. Classmates noticed his differences, whether in appearance, socioeconomic status, or demeanor. Growing up on the wrong side of Los Angeles exposed him to stark inequalities, teaching him early that life was neither fair nor easy. By the age of 10, Leonardo internalized the reality that opportunity was not guaranteed. It had to be fought for relentlessly. These formative experiences fostered resilience, resourcefulness, and a sense of defiance, preparing him to face rejection, criticism, and the competitive nature of Hollywood. He developed an early understanding that survival required both strategy and endurance, lessons that would inform his approach to acting and career building for decades to come. Early acting struggles. Leonardo began auditioning at the age of 12, propelled not by ego, but by his mother's tireless commitment to giving him opportunities she never had. He endured long hours, multiple bus rides, and countless rejections, learning early that persistence was more valuable than immediate success. Most doors remained closed. Casting directors overlooked him in favor of kids with better connections, luck, or appearances. Yet Leonardo absorbed lessons from every experience, understanding that rejection was a necessary part of growth. Leonardo's unwavering support gave him the courage to continue, and he began to internalize the idea that every no was not a judgment of his worth, but a challenge to persevere. These early trials taught him patience, humility, and the value of preparation, traits that would become hallmarks of his career and fuel his transformation from an overlooked child actor into a serious performer. Television career and recognition. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, Leonardo found a foothold in television, landing roles on Parenthood and Santa Barbara, These early opportunities provided visibility and experience, but were limited in scope, often typecasting him as a child or teen actor. While he appreciated the chance to perform, he feared being trapped in television roles that could undermine his artistic ambitions. In 1991, his recurring role on Growing Pains as Luke Brower gave him exposure to a national audience, yet it also emphasized the challenges of transitioning into more substantive, dramatic roles. This period taught Leonardo that visibility alone was insufficient. He needed to combine opportunity with skill, persistence, and discernment, carefully selecting roles that would shape both his reputation and trajectory as a serious actor in a competitive industry. Breakthrough and early film success. Leonardo's first major breakthrough came with This Boy's Life, 1993, where he starred opposite Robert De Niro, followed by his transformative performance in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993, portraying a teenager with developmental disabilities. These roles required full immersion into complex, challenging characters, demanding emotional vulnerability and physical commitment. Critics praised his performances, and he received his first Academy Award nomination at just 19 years old. This recognition confirmed his talent, but also highlighted the tension between artistic validation and institutional approval. Despite critical acclaim, opportunities did not immediately follow, illustrating the slow, selective, and often inconsistent nature of Hollywood's recognition system. These early successes laid the foundation for his reputation as a serious, committed actor capable of profound transformation and intense emotional authenticity. Professional setbacks and persistence. Following Titanic, Leonardo faced a series of high-profile setbacks, including The Man in the Iron Mask, 1998, and The Beach, 2000, which were criticized commercially and artistically. Driven by the fear of being forgotten or pigeonholed, he accepted roles that were sometimes misaligned with his goals, deepening his struggle for credibility. These missteps taught him resilience, self-reflection, and the importance of strategic career choices. In 2002, his collaboration with Martin Scorsese on Gangs of New York marked a turning point, providing an opportunity to demonstrate his depth, intensity, and versatility. Despite the film's acclaim, the Academy again overlooked him. Through repeated rejection, Leonardo developed patience, a meticulous approach to role selection, and a relentless work ethic that balanced public expectations with personal standards, ultimately forging him into one of the most respected actors of his generation. Artistic mastery and recognition. Leonardo's collaborations with visionary directors like Scorsese, Spielberg, and others culminated in performances that showcased extraordinary range, from Frank Abagnale Jr. in Catch Me If You Can to Howard Hughes in The Aviator, 2004. These roles demanded complete physical and emotional transformation, and critics recognized his dedication and depth. Yet even his most lauded performances were met with Academy snubs or delays, reinforcing a narrative of unfulfilled institutional recognition. The tension between public acclaim, artistic mastery, and institutional validation became a defining feature of his career. Through it all, Leonardo demonstrated unwavering dedication to craft over comfort, prioritizing growth, risk, and artistic truth above fame or immediate reward, solidifying his reputation as a consummate actor whose commitment transcends external acknowledgement. Legacy and the Oscar curse. Despite repeated Academy disappointments, Leonardo persisted, eventually earning recognition for his range, transformation, and enduring contributions to film. The Oscar curse became a cultural touchstone, a phenomenon that amplified his fame while highlighting the capriciousness of institutional validation. Beyond awards, Leonardo's career exemplifies the power of resilience, persistence, and dedication to craft. From a struggling child in East Hollywood to a global superstar, he navigated fame, scrutiny, and personal sacrifice with focus and determination. His journey reflects a broader truth about artistry. Recognition may be delayed, inconsistent, or partial, but sustained commitment, discipline, and emotional honesty ultimately define both legacy and impact. Leonardo's story is one of triumph over adversity, relentless pursuit of excellence, and a life devoted to transforming pain, struggle, and rejection into enduring cinematic brilliance.